Verdict really justice for Diane. Christy Etheridge worked with our news desk to find a neighbor in Buckhead who believes the jurors were forced to make a rash decision and says this is not what Diane would have wanted. Christy, why does this man think that the jury got it wrong?
Well, Vinny, we caught up with that neighbor, and he says this verdict was a complete mistake. Was Tex reckless? Definitely. Careless? Absolutely. But not a murderer.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. I just like someone hit me in the stomach when I heard it. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it, you know.
6 hours after the verdict, Dennis Durkin is still in shock.
Yeah, I don't think he murdered her. I think it was a terrible, terrible accident. I really do. How would he know what was going to happen? You're going to shoot to a seat and hope you hit the right organs, you know? That's not murder.
The jury disagreed, but Durkin says he knew them better. He lives in the same building as the McIvers, has known them for decades, remembers when they moved in, and saw them almost every day.
It just makes me sick about the whole thing. They were just so nice, you know, and I'd see them all the time. They always talk to me.
He says the couple was clearly in love, and now with Diane dead and Tex likely headed to jail for life, their whole Buckhead apartment building is mourning. Durkin remembers his last conversation with Tex just before the trial started.
You know what he said to me? He says, there isn't anything they could do to me that is worse than the hell I'm going through, knowing the person I love, my soulmate, that I'm responsible for her death. He said for the rest of my life that you know, there isn't anything more cruel than that.
Durkin says he wrote to Tex in jail the first time, and he plans to visit Tex in jail to make sure he still knows there are people who care about him. Vinny.
All right, thanks so much, Christy. Appreciate it. Social media also reacted tonight, and one of the most asked questions is about the difference between malice and felony murder. We break that down, plus more on the who's who of this case on 11alive.com.